I don't know how much left. Maybe 10 kilometers, maybe a bit more. But the road got so much better. I was pushing through the mud again, and then this happened. Oh, unbelievable. One thing I learned from all this journey: no matter how bad it is, it can always go worse. And then sometimes it can get better. So remember this, kids. Oh! This is it, ladies and gentlemen. I managed to get to Bahia Negra. Whew. But this was a bit tough. Whew. There was also some mud right before the town. Whew. See that in my hands. But I made it. Need to find some place to stay. I'm exhausted. Yeah. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Bahia Negra. Completely middle of nowhere town, but you still can find some people in here, and if you can find decent amount of people, you can find some schools, big old hospital, and even some supermarkets. Throughout my years of bumming around the world, I've been to some remote areas and some remote places. You know, let's say I've been to Tierra del Fuego. And at the entrance of Tierra del Fuego there is literally a sign that says "Welcome to the end of the world." And it felt a bit like it. Or I've been living in Central America in a jungle with some indigenous people, some indigenous tribe. And it really felt like, like some chapter from some book by Gabriel Garcia Marquez, perhaps. Or I lived in Iceland, for God's sake. I lived in Iceland for a while, but probably no other place that I have visited gave me a stronger sensation of being at the end of the world than this place, Bahia Negra. What's crazy about it is the location, I guess, because this is where Gran Chaco ends and Pantanal, giant tropical swamp, starts. So this town is just thrown in between these giant, colossal pieces of wilderness right in the middle of South America. Also, I still find myself in the Republic of Paraguay, but on the other side of the river there is Brazil, and actually a little bit upstream there is Bolivia. So this location is kind of funky and crazy in many ways. And to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I had some plans in Bahia Negra, because this is where Pantanal starts, this legendary tropical swamp, so I was thinking maybe once I'm here I'll rent a boat or something and we'll go and wander through Pantanal for a week or two. And there's also some really interesting indigenous community nearby, people who belong to Chamacoco indigenous group, and they have a really strong cultural presence in here. But you know, when I came here I was so exhausted. I just found some cheapest accommodation where I could just lay down in the bed, and the next day I still felt so weak. I was barely walking. yeah, I didn't realize how exhausted I was, I guess. So for 2 days I was just laying in a bed, and yesterday I tried to take a little walk to this community, and yeah, I came back completely exhausted again. Like my mind and my heart wants, but my body doesn't allow. As strange as it sounds. Yeah, I guess I just overestimated my abilities a little bit, or I didn't realize how tired and exhausted I was. So I'm just waiting for a boat now. It comes tomorrow, and I will get myself back to bigger town, and I think I'll just take a rest, like a week off traveling, just eating good and resting all the time, because I didn't realize how exhausted I was. And I'm coming back to Pantanal in the future anyways, because this is one of those places I always wanted to explore. It's almost mesmerizing, it's crazy for me, like to be in here, just to know that I'm right here where Pantanal starts. Most of it is in Brazil, so I think it would make more sense to approach it from the other side, to get some kind of a boat or something and just wander through the swamps for a month or so. But that's in the future. Now I just need to relax, really need to take some rest.
¿De dónde venís?
¿De qué país o de dónde?
¿De qué país?
Soy de Lituania. De otro lado del mundo, de Europa, ¿no? Sí. Y estaba recorriendo el mundo, como así. Pero vine de Asunción.
¿Ah?
Sí. Como había recorrido Bolivia en bicicleta, después Argentina, ahora Paraguay.
¿En qué?
En bici.
¿En bicicleta?
Sí.
No sé, ya muy bien.
Tengo una bicicleta guardada ahí.
Yo volví ayer. Un día.
Qué linda tu cámara.
No sé si es
¿Quieres
lindo.
salir en foto?
Yo ahora estoy grabando el vídeo, ahora estoy grabando el vídeo en ese momento. Yo estoy explicando las cosas a la cámara en inglés y ustedes vinieron, así que ya estoy grabando ustedes.
¿Qué clase de uso?
It was raining and raining all last night, and now the only two ways to leave Bahia Negra and go to the rest of go to civilization, reach some kind of a civilization, is either by boat, the infamous Aquidaban boat, or by plane, because there is a tiny airport in here and a little tiny aircraft lands every week. But aircraft is not a solution for me, so I'm taking a boat. It's Friday. It's Friday, lunchtime, and boat is here, and my stuff is already inside. So eventually, after all this, all this dusty, dirty, muddy journey, I'm going back to civilization.
Cantitas no hay otro, me gusta que andara su voz, con su de vamos todos a votar.
Aquidaban journey takes a long time, not only because of a long distance that it takes, but also we just stop in every single human settlement along the river, because there are no other ways of transportation. But right after we left Bahia Negra, we stopped in a bunch of indigenous communities, really small settlements with almost no roads, sometimes no electricity, like really remote areas. And as we're getting closer to Concepcion, as we're getting closer to so-called Eastern Paraguay or Oriental Paraguay, not Chaco part of Paraguay, every stopover gets bigger and bigger. Like at this point, we're already stopping in some small towns, some large villages with cars and all that. So we're getting closer to city dwellers type of civilization, I guess, every hour. Now, for those who wonder how accommodation looks like in the boat, well, there are some rooms. I don't know what's the price, I haven't asked yet. But the hammock, a personal hammock for your journey, is 30,000 guaranis, which isn't that much, but I couldn't afford even that because I wasted all my money on food. And I was out of cash, and there are no cash machines around. So I'm staying like that. This is my little hog's nest, where I sit, where I eat, where I sleep and all that. Well, keeping it simple, keeping it humble. Let me guide you through the boat a little bit. So this is the entrance. And at the very entrance they sell all kinds of little snacks and a little bit of food you can buy. And there's the kitchen. There's always some cooking going on. I haven't tried yet. I mean, it's humble, but it's okay. It's really good. There's even a window, so you can take a leak and look through the wilderness of Brazil. Or is it Paraguay? I think it's Brazil. So the boat is already behind me. My bicycle and stuff, or what remains of it, is outside. I managed to reach the town of Concepcion. Some beautiful colonial Paraguayan town. And this means that my little Gran Chaco journey is finally finished. I'm definitely looking forward to come back in the future. But now I'm tired. I'm drained out of my mind. I just need to take some rest. Maybe for a week or so. No cycling, not much of moving, just eating and some other things. Oh.